Alrighty, and we are back. Sweet. So one thing I'm going to do to kind of smooth out this little experience is add some motion blur and turn off the ambient occlusion because it seems to be giving us a few issues. But anyway, here we are in Act 3. Now originally this was Act 2, so I didn't replace the text here that says Act 2 consolidation. It was originally supposed to be Act 3 consolidation, but, you know, whatever. So, one thing I'm going to do is, there we go. And, here we are. Unreal Engine 4 what now? Anyway. Yeah, it was shit like this that I could do in Game Guru that made me interesting in using it. And I mean, I could make it work on a shitty computer from like 2013 or 2012 even without a GPU. Which, it's pretty impressive of all things. I say that as my game is lagging to all shit, but, you know. Once again, this was a reused level from the second act of the game. Well, actually the first act of the game. Where you go down the bad path. Now, even though this isn't, you know, canon or whatever, I don't really care about canons. It's just the second game I'm going with the bad ending because I found it was better to write that kind of way. Technically, to me, they're all canon, so I don't really care. Just have fun, you know. I'm just not going to make a sequel to a game that already had a good ending, if you will. I'd rather there be a bad ending, so there's actually something worth fighting against and fighting for. Perhaps someone worth fighting for. It's just been a good long while since I've seen a game where, kind of like Prototype or some Star Wars titles, you have fun little extras, it's almost arcadey. And I miss secret levels in games and fun shit like that, so that alongside, if I do the second game, I figure, well, would be a good kind of mirror to the first, while having Marcus be part of it in the second. You have to go rescue him, maybe. I don't know. As of recording, it's still under development, so it's, as for campaign shit, that's gonna be done last, but I got some ideas. Maybe at some point, maybe I do DLC for the second game when I get all the multiplayer maps done. And the campaign done, the whole game done, you know. I'll remake this campaign on Unreal Engine. Probably fix some shit as well, but we'll see. Hopefully I can fix this texture stretching. But anyway. With all the good settings on, you can see that there's a shadow where this airship is supposed to be, but with everything set to low, it just kind of is whatever. Most of the shadows are just disabled. And unfortunately, that's the way it's got to be for Game Guru on this computer. Like I said, I don't give a shit about troubleshooting it, so you got problems, not even I can be fucked. Because not even the people who made this engine could be fucked, so, you know, attitude reflects its leadership. And Game Guru has had some of the worst attitude I've ever fucking seen from a paid-for product. They expect money for, so that's why I wouldn't recommend that you make a game on this engine, but even though that aside, I still tried, and, you know, it turned out alright, I think. Not bad for my first game. You did the right thing. Thank you. Thank you, Aurora. And you are welcome. And yeah, way out there in the distance, it's a big-ass city. There's some lovely, sparkly, jingly music going on, if you will. Always love that kind of music, the Tron style, if you will, the cinematic, epic music. It's been done a million times before, but who gives a shit? I figured if you're going to be shooting people at the end of the world, it should sound, you know, cool. That's one thing I loved from Halo and Gears of War was, if you listen to their soundtracks, just how calm and oddly melodic they were. Gears of War is mostly, the first one anyway, consisting of harps and medieval instruments, if you will. A lot of the soundtracks in there don't sound out of place in like Mario or Legend of Zelda, oddly enough. A lot of the music in there anyway. Some of the more guitar shit, maybe not, but, you know. Well, maybe the Bowser fight or something, but who the fuck knows. And here we are. Marcus being praised by the angels. Cool shit like that. This engine really could have been something. And I saw potential in it where others saw failure. You know, one thing I particularly wanted to make was the E3 trailer for Halo 5 come to life in a video game, and I did my best here. And Aurora, I guess, is the guardian angel, if you will. Also, one thing I did was add names for these soldiers. As Corporal Carl, Private Henry, Gunnery Sergeant Tim, there's Matt, the radar technician, Corporal Hank, the comms expert, Hank Hill that being, Lieutenant Nevitt, the field medic, Lieutenant James, and Lieutenant Tom. Marcus, thank God you got here. We thought we were done for. He's a fat Italian lisp. He's got one anyway. And there's Marcus, deciding the world's fate once more. This time for the good.